Okay, so we'll work on some levers, okay, very basic stuff that people usually use on the street. So we're never talking about, professional, wrestlers and stuff like that. But when we're talking about levers, bulldog chokes, or maybe somebody who tries to take the midsection. And usually these reactions happen is that if I'm at close range, right, it's not that easy to get me to the ground or hit my midsection, because if he tries, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to react. I'm going to explode towards his head, right? But let's take a situation that I've hit him, right, and he can take the punishment. And excuse me, I'll be speaking half Italian, half English. Tu quindi resisti pugno. So he resists the first punch. Now from here, he's angry. And of course he's going to come and close the distance. He might try and hit me. He might try and get me in a grab. So if he comes to get me in a grab, okay, my punch doesn't work, right? Now, in this case here, let's do a 360, alright, so he's got me in this position here. Now the first thing I want to do, I'm not going to let him do everything that he's just done. Ricominciamo. So, vieni. So, before he even gets into this position, for me it's very important to shock. So I will hit him very hard. Of course he's a good friend of mine, I'm not going to hit him. Boom, but I would shock him and smash him. What I will do is I'll press in at this point here into his knee. So what am I concentrating on? I've got 3 levers, alright, where I'm concentrating, or 3 points of energy. One here, one in the knee, and this. So my whole body is generating power towards him. This is very important. He's not fighting my arm, alright? Se tu schiacci adesso cerchi di chiudere, prendi anche l'altra mano. So I'm asking him to really try and lever. Now I know that there's professional people that can do better than this, right? But we're talking about the average person. He's not fighting my arm, schiaccio, veramente tiri. He's really fighting my back and my knee. So the more he pushes, the more pressure is going to go in. So here, bang, I'm going to hit in, and I'm going to hit him into the jawbone, or possibly into the neck. I'm not going to let him go, okay? Because I consider this now, like a real fight situation. I'll probably keep on hitting him, maybe bring him to the ground and keep striking in. Okay? This is a possibility. Excuse me. I'm going to show you various possibilities. Now, this is a guy who works in police force, so he needs to know about close range fighting, lever work, and the possibilities of what can happen, So close range is very important for me to guard my balls, guard the sections of his shoulders, because it doesn't take long from here for somebody to throw in really hard punch, or maybe he double palm strike you and headbutt you, alright? Or double palm strike you now gets you into a lever, and then whack, whack, which is a classical bulldog choke, right? It's going to be a lot harder at close range, because alright? For me to want to go into the midsection. It's not saying it's impossible, it's just, you have to be pretty well trained. I've got a bouncer mate who's very well trained in Greek-Roman wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and when he does security work, he just simply picks people up, throws them down, It works for him because he weighs 90 kilos of muscle, but we've got to look at other situations where if people are weaker, okay, I'm not that weak, but if people are weaker, how the lever system's going to work effectively against a stronger person, right? Now, I'm going to allow him, right? Obviously, if I drop my guard, he can hit me. But for the purpose of showing you exercise, I'll give you a rundown of how things could go. Quindi mi prendi in leva, cerco di portarmi giù, guardiamo la situazione, però metti un po' di pressione, non ci mollare per big time. So I'm asking him to fight, right? So here I am in this situation, I'm using his energy, but I can already strike into the face. Alright, as he pulls, wham! Alright, so now he's thinking he has to defend, but it's too late, I already hit him. I'll get him to lever here again as well, okay? My lever doesn't have to be a lever. I can hit. Alright, a lot of people don't consider this as a hit, but I can hit very hard here. Alright, now let's say he's still coming, I've got the balls to hit. If he's got strong balls, alright, but now I want him to really squeeze hard my legs, because più forte, alright, tiri, okay. So now it's harder for me to breathe.
Forse mi got he brings me to the ground. Okay, let me look at the camera. Alright, so I need him to squeeze harder, più forte. Ok, voglio che metti la testa. Now, if people are reasonable, they're going to put their head on my head, put a lot of pressure, and put a lot of pressure. Now he's being smart. Va bene, fai pure questo. Now in this case, I need to use this hand. I'll put it into his eyes. I'll rip it back. Okay, metti pressione, non mollare. It doesn't mean that because I'm doing this, it's going to be easy to get out of it. He can have a strong neck, strong arms. Metti più forza. Più. I'm asking him to go strong. So I have to really work for it. I can get him into a little bit here. Now, it's not the end here. Dai, cerca di uscire fuori. So he's going to try and get out. He just pushes my leg away, so we're going to get back into the game and close. Now, when we fight on the ground, right, okay, it's not a game of just levers. We're talking about pressure as well. I'm going to allow him to do what he wants. Prend him into the lever, right? And now he's got me into this position. Now don't think that from here, even if I hit, he may say it hurts. But if someone has really got strong adrenaline, their back muscles are really going to be tight, and the pain tolerance is going to be high. So these hits are not going to hurt that much. I need to learn to scratchy forte. So I'm asking to squeeze hard. I need to learn to liberate my neck and learn to move my body. Okay? If it doesn't hold hard, I can't explain it. Right? Very important for my neck to move and for my body to move. In this case now, I'm putting a lever on his neck, freeing myself and coming back onto him. So from here, I can strike. Alright, so these are various possibilities. Alright, so let's look at it again. When we look at fighting, let's look at the options before we go to ground. Alright, let me repeat again. This is against the average fighter. A lot of times when I see people having street fights, either they cling on, they do a clinch, they don't do a proper clinch, they cling on to the back of the neck, they may try and do knees, they may try and do elbows. These are the possibilities. So your reaction is going to be quick. Whatever he does, so let me get up there, gets me in the neck, bang! Hit into the head if I can. Alright, if he gets me really strong, right? Look, I block both his arms. Alright, I get down the ground, whack, right? Use my knees, punches, elbows. Very reactive you have to be. In over, okay? But the important thing is I don't want him at close range, right, to come and grab me. I don't want to allow this. So if I control two shoulders, this zone here, I'm going to have a good chance of controlling any punch and furthermore, any headbutts. If he tries to do them at the start, I'm just going to be there. I'm going to be present with my pressure. I don't want to retreat my arms. So let's watch it again. If I'm in a situation that we say I'm asleep, I didn't see it coming, right? I can't always be perfect and get my timing right. I might be distracted. Like I've been in a situation where someone's talked to me from here so his friend can come and grab him. I'm distracted, guarda di là, mi viene a prendere. No, sorry, it's communication. Tuo amico mi distrae, so my friend's there, and he grabs me from here. And of course now my mind is there, and I have to switch to here. Now, very fast. Now he really wants to win into the ground. I have to really react quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Whack! Very important. And of course, in this case here, we go away from traditional Wingchun concepts, where if he grabs me in a lever, let's look at Yijin King Yama, and let's look at the mechanics, right? He grabs me in the neck, okay? Put him in the collar, okay? Now, my Yijin King Young Ma is going to have very little effect. So in this case, do you know me? As he pulls, my legs are going to expand. Watch, TD. My legs expand, and I put pressure onto his leg. So I go into like a horse stance. Long. TD, pressure.
Now from here, I'm going to see my whole position. I have to have stability and I have to have equilibrium. The more stability and equilibrium I have, the better I'm going to be able to hit or counter react and strike back. Okay, posto. And posto. And so that's it. We'll finish because I think I've just hurt my partner. Finishing.